Welcome to Ultimate Autographs. If you were looking for the internet's most exciting and interactive live break room, then you have come to the right place. We are opening live break mystery boxes featuring the biggest names from across the sports world every single day. If you're new to breaking with us, we can help break it down and make it as easy to understand as possible. First, head over to the live break page and look for a series that suits your interests. Most of our series will have 8 spots, which represent the 8 NFL divisions, but other sports breaks or mixers may vary. If you purchase one spot, that means you have a 1 in 8 chance to win that item at an extremely discounted rate. Next, click Add to Cart to purchase your live break spot. Once you've completed your checkout, tune into the next available live breaks broadcast on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube at noon, 3, or 6 p.m. Central Time any day of the week. As you watch, you will see your name appear on the screen when your specific break begins. Your name will go into the randomizer and will be randomized a specific amount of times based on that evening's dice roll number. Once randomization is over, the list of names of people that bought into that live break will be matched up with a specific division. If the item that is pulled from the mystery box matches your division, congratulations, you just won an incredible piece of signed memorabilia. Want to guarantee yourself an item as opposed to testing your luck? Some of the series that you see on the live break page can be purchased under the mystery box tab of our website. Those boxes could either be shipped directly to your door or open live on the air before being sent to you. While you are there, make sure to sign up for our Signature Points Club. This exclusive club earns you points toward specific discounts, signed items, or exclusive events each and every time you buy at ultimateautographs.com. The moment you have been waiting for has come. Let's break some signed memorabilia.
Welcome back in one and all to another afternoon of box breaking and some amazing sports discussion here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room. Back for the second time today, Rob and Chinmay. We'll take you through our little spiels here in the UA live break room, coming to you live from the city, beautiful Burr Ridge, Illinois. January the 3rd, 2026. Somehow we are back in 2026, man. Really, really crazy to think that we're already here. But most importantly, I'm more flabbergasted, Chinmay, with the fact that we have a quad pre-fill to get ourselves going in the afternoon show. You guys absolutely killed it. Did 14 breaks and the 9 a.m. show, and we are ready to run it back in a very, very big way. We have the can't miss specialty series that we have. Bless you. Yeah, I was gonna say hopefully you're not allergic to it or something over there. But for the can't miss authentics that we got for you guys, we had a quad that ended up essentially closing out the last show. We had 5 boxes go. One of those bad boys, by the way, because we had 2 headliners. One of them was this beautiful lunar authentic for this Dan Marino. Another was a lunar Myles Garrett. So I know that we're gonna be excited to get ourselves into this one. But before we can do that, let's see if Chinmay can keep his hot hand rolling throughout the show, because I know that we ended up rolling a 9 for that last show in the 9 a.m. So what do you got for us in the 12 p.m.?
Let's do 10. Just keep going up one.
10 for the 12 p.m. I'll do the 12 for the 12 p.m. Why not? Okay, that cannot works, but that can. So we're gonna go with 7. 7 is going to be the dice roll for today. And guys, if you have not done so already, make sure to drop a like and turn on that notification bell so you are notified 9 a.m., noon, 3 p.m., and 6 p.m. 7 days a week that we are available here for you guys at Ultimate Autographs. Also, keep in mind, Chinmay and everybody else, that we do have our brand new time slot coming up. We have a 10:30 show that we are starting up. That we're going to be having going on. That is expected to start January the 12th, is what we are aiming for that to be. Common and Chev, our breaker manager, has discussed that as that being the case. So hopefully you got our fingers crossed if you guys have already met Hayden and Frankie. The new blood. It feels like not too long ago that you and I were the fresh new blood here at UA, because you've been here since, what, March or April of last year?
January. January.
Oh, January.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay,
yeah.
so you got
full
your
year.
You got your full year coming up.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. So yeah, and then we talked about last show for me was end of August. So, but it feels much longer than that. So
Yeah.
definitely feels much longer than that. Good afternoon, Robin Chinman. What's going on, Derek?
Hey, Derek. How's it going?
Good to
Happy
see you.
New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. And Mr. 420 himself. I can only imagine the one thing Derek did to bring in the new year. And it would only be appropriate if you celebrated in that fashion. So I'm ready to celebrate this with you to get into this quad break. And the best part about it is that these two particular gentlemen, in Curtis and Donald, they're getting they could potentially get rewarded down the road if they play in another quad series, because as you guys can see down at the bottom, we have our Weekend Warriors series for the Chase Wheel Spin. Now, of course, guys, it's a weekend exclusive series. It's in the title. It's only available until the 6 o'clock show. When that concludes tomorrow night on Sunday, we have currently 13 boxes and 9 total headliners. We had 1 box last show. That was the Dennis Rodman secondary headliner. So again, guys, if that series is not closed out by 6 o'clock tomorrow, which you and I completely anticipate that it will, then that will just continue to carry over into the following weekend, like we did with this one when we opened it back up this morning. And we were also doing the quarterback room this morning, because we have a quad box that is
One quad halfway home.
halfway. Yeah.
3 spots to go. We did have someone buy in, so we're 3 spots
There you
to go
go.
in that quad.
There you go. And I believe we had 5 or 6 going into that this morning. So we've slowly been seeing some progress go along. 2 things with that. 1, you're going to get 4 different lists, because it's a quad for the Chase Wheel Spin. So even if you buy 1 spot in, you can easily just get your name in 4 times for that entry. And then we also have the brand new diamonds. Authentics are always better in the diamonds, and the Speed Flex series as well. Yo, what's good? Fortunately, I cannot make out the name. Are you able to do that through the
20 seconds to live.
20 seconds to live? What's going on 20 seconds to live? How are you doing this afternoon? So I'm going to end up asking for 4 box numbers here for our guy Donald and Curtis. Curtis, Donald, man, big baller. 7 out of the 8 spots.
It only takes 1 spot, though, to snipe here. And with 4 boxes coming out, good possibility.
Quad Canvas number 2. Definitely a series that you guys can't miss out on. Despite us having a quad in the last show, this is a 35-box break, Chinmay. So with that being the case, got a lot of headliners up there, 16 in total. Just while we wait on Donald and Curtis for them to give us our numbers. If not, then we're going to go to a special 35-spot wheel that we got available for you guys here. So just showing you the headliners and what they are playing for, when you guys can play for in the single and the double as well. We have 6 spots to go in the double at a $202 price point. 6 spots to go in the single for $101. Quad box is reset. And I expect more and more quads to be bought into, just for the massive amount of boxes that we have left available. 29 boxes in total, 16 headliners. We have Emmitt Smith, Puka Nacua, and the tri-signed Buffalo Bills helmet left to go. We have the Saquon Barkley, Super Bowl champion, a Philadelphia Eagles lid, which is absolutely phenomenal. The Rob Gronkowski, Bijan Robinson, and Adrian Peterson in that middle row there, with John Elway, the co-signed Lawrence Taylor and Michael Strahan, with the Peyton Manning and Deion Sanders. So in the show this morning that we did, you guys saw the Dan Marino out on the table. We also happened to do the Calvin Johnson Rave Authentic, which was absolutely a beautiful look. The Myles Garrett, which I alluded to earlier. And we still have all secondary headliners available. And to show you not just the strength of the secondary headliners, you and I were shocked to see the 2 hidden gems we pulled out as well.
Yeah.
And how great they were. That was Steve Smith, and who else was that?
Steve Smith and it was, let's see. Let me go back and look. Marcus Allen.
And Marcus Allen, the
Steve
former
Smith and Marcus
MVP.
Allen were the hidden gems.
The former MVP running back for the Oakland Raiders. We got Jonathan Taylor, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Ray Lewis, Nash, and Genty with Troy Polamalu to play for as well. So, guys, with that being said, we have our 1 through 35 wheel, little specialty wheel here. Haven't heard anything from Donald or our guy Curtis Squared. So we're going to end up spinning this bad boy 4 times around we go. First number we got here, guys, are going to be rocking with box number 27. So we should have that, Chinmay, 27. Box number 2 is going to be box number 19. So 19 and 27. Let's see if that's available.
Yep, both of those should be good.
Sounds good. Numero 3, and we're going to go to the tip top. We're going to go to box 35. 35, the Kevin Durant box. Dilly Dilly Dog Pound. Cool. That's a sick name, dude. He said new here. We'll welcome in. Box 22 as well, by the way. Also box 22. So that'll wrap that up. So what was that? 17, 19, 22, 35?
No. 19, 22, 27.
Thank you. Okay. 19. Okay.
Although I don't see a 22.
So 21 then would be the closest.
Yeah. I see 21.
So 19, 22. Okay. Ticker is updated for you guys in this series going forward. So Dilly Dilly, welcome in here, my good sir. So here in the Ultimate Autographs live break room, just so you know, this is you are buying live division breaks at a chance to earn memorabilia at a fraction of the cost. That is what we are known for here at Ultimate Autographs. As you can see our tagline right there, win authentic sports memorabilia for a fraction of the cost. I'll drop this link here for you. Reason I'm going to do that, I highly recommend having you watch our live break explainer here. This is part of this YouTube embedded video that we have on our website. Again, it will describe how the break room works in its entirety. Or what you could do right now, this is a great opportunity to learn here with Chinmay and myself. You're going to see what this looks like. So we actually have our names that we need to have randomized here. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take the 8 names that we got available from this break that's about to happen. And our number of the show is 7. So our number in the show and the dice roll ended up being that. So we're going to spin the randomizer 7 times around. And that's what randomizes our 8 names and puts us in our division breaks. So as you can see there, Dilly Dilly, you can see that there for what we got. So we got Donald, who bought 7 out of the 8 break spots. And then we have Curtis in that 1 spot in the NFC East.
Oh, he's already got a couple spots in the can't miss, he's saying.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I see him, Dylan Orr. I see him.
Okay, nice. And that's in the single?
In the single, yeah.
And the single, nice, Dylan. Very cool, dude. Well, thank you so much for buying in, and hopefully let's help out our new guy. Let's help out Dylan.
Yeah.
Let's see him participate in our first break here. So we got the gonna go from lowest to highest because I am very neurotic when it comes to these. So I have to do these in numerical order. It drives me absolutely bonkers when I don't. And hopefully I'm not driving any of you guys bonkers between Donald and Curtis on this. So keep in mind, guys, Curtis is in a prime sniper spot. He's got the Saquon Barkley.
He's got the quad spot.
The Emmitt Smith, the quad
spot. He's got
spot.
the quad NFC East spot.
Yeah, which is I mean, the Deion Sanders. I mean, is it the what would it be? The I mean, it's a 5 spot too, if you think about it, because you have the Lawrence Taylor, Michael
double,
Strahan for the co-side one. So that's the spot you want to be in if you wanted to have a 1 spot in this division breakdown here. So good luck, everybody. Got ourselves 2 heavyweights going toe-to-toe. And this is something that we are going to reiterate. And Dylan, this is something to know when you have a lot of boxes in a series like this. Again, we're coming into this one with 29 boxes, 16 total headliners, and you can now drop that 16 down to 15. I definitely spoke glowingly of this guy earlier, a guy that you had to see to believe in his pride. One of the all-time best running backs in NFL history at his peak. AD all day, as he's now going to run rampant on this table for the next 2 hours. Adrian Peterson on the gorgeous Rave Authentic. The Minnesota Vikings legend, the 2012 NFL MVP, a part of a historic 2,000-yard campaign, Chinmay. He had a historic college career as well at, excuse me, is that USC or Oklahoma?
Oklahoma.
At Oklahoma, yeah. Correct. For some reason, I get him confused with, I get him confused with Reggie Bush for some reason at USC. But yeah, at Oklahoma. So Donald already getting rewarded for that. Now, for me personally, if I was Donald, I'd be like, hey, I'm good. I got Adrian Peterson. I'm good, man. I think that highly of this lid, dude. I love the all-purple rave.
Yeah, it's very, very good on the alt-purple. That's what's great about this series is because all these authentics have the customization and have that alternate look as opposed to the classics. But I think Donald wants a little more, judging how many spots he bought into. I think Donald needs at least a couple more lids to feel comfortable about investing in 7 spots.
Nothing wrong with being greedy. He wants to get what he paid for, right?
Yeah.
And again, we saw this happen even in the last last show for this particular quad, guys. Even the hidden gems, the Marcus Allen and the Steve Smith Sr. That Steve Smith Sr. was my hit of the show. I thought it was that awesome. It was a beautiful slate Ravens authentic. Again, this is an exclusive all authentic series. It had the gold lettering. It made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. It made me feel like I celebrated a second Christmas when I opened that thing up. So it was that nice. As John Gruden likes to say now in Barstool Sports, it had him feeling nicey. And this particular helmet is going to have our guy Donald feeling nicest. Well, whichever way you want to describe it, Shinmei. I actually have, not just you, to ask how you feel, I actually have 3 different gentlemen inside of this bag that I can ask how they feel. Jim, Andre, Thurman, get your butts out here. Let's run rampant, baby, for the Buffalo Bills as they will round the table here. 3 legendary Buffalo Bills on this lid between Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, and Jim Kelly on the AFC East hit for Donald. Absolutely wonderful. They're the tri-signed authentic for 3 of the greatest players in Buffalo Bills franchise history. We have circled the wagon, Shinmei, for this Buffalo Bills headliner hit.
We had an authentic, I believe it was last week. We had an authentic with these 3 guys that actually did have a Circle the Wagons inscription on there.
Correct.
So they are known to sign. They are known to put the inscriptions on there, and just don't ask them about all those Super Bowls.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have the case for having definitely some of the better regular seasons and half-decade dominance for what they have in their franchise's history, to say the least. So, wow, okay, that's some very interesting news there that just broke. But Dilly said Boomer Sooner, talking about obviously the Adrian Peterson lid. So again, right now I would say, again, we still have 2 more boxes to go, but you got 4 signatures in your first 2 breaks.
Yeah.
And 2 of those being headliners. Doesn't get much better than that, man. Something tells me that I didn't expect Dan to have to swing away so soon. That is the way that the cookie crumbles here in the UA live break room, guys. And the breaking news that I alluded to, it's this time of the off season for Major League Baseball, where it's been a very slow off season up to this point. Still a lot of big time free agents out there, and the last big name Japanese import just found his newest home. As Jeff Passan reports, according to ESPN, the Japanese third baseman Kazuma Okamoto and the Toronto Blue Jays are in agreement on a contract. So,
Interesting.
Yeah, the rich get richer. First Dylan Cease, and now Kazuma Okamoto, who was one of the best power hitters in the NPB in Japan for the last number of seasons. The White Sox landed Munetaka Murakami to a surprising deal. I think a lot of people expected Murakami to sign for a lot larger of a contract, but I'm not complaining. After all the coal that we've gotten in our stocking the last couple of years, I was actually on like an information freeze, because again, that was like the weekend where I was away and I was on D&D all weekend, and woke up that Saturday morning, and I was a very happy man. Brian Lee said, "Did we get notified if we win? I missed the live, I think." Well, Brian, I can tell you this.
He did win.
You did? Yeah, he did win. Yeah, what item did Brian win?
Brian won the Dennis Rodman jersey.
Ooh,
in the Weekend
that's
Warrior.
right. Let's go, Brian. Dude, that's sick.
You should get, so you won't get notified on the day, like you won't get notified when you win live, but if you were to win, you would get a notification that says like an item has been shipped to you.
Yeah.
So you'd eventually get some sort of idea as to what you've won or not, whether you have won. Now you can always just come in and ask us.
Yep.
Did you win? If you have an order number, it's even more helpful. But it was in the last show, so it's easy to look up for me quite quickly here. But yeah, you got the Dennis Rodman Bulls jersey in the last show.
Yeah, there's a plethora of different things that you can do, guys. If you want to, obviously, like Chinmay said, that is definitely the easiest, fastest stream of information. You drop the order number from what you have, put in the chat for Chinmay to have him look that up. He'll get that lickety split for you guys. We also have something that we like to call our winner sheet, which goes back and tracks all of our winners from past shows. Or what you guys can do if you want to actually go back and watch the break live, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We save all of our shows for you guys.
Yeah.
So we can actually tell you here on the show when the time was, when your break was actually announced. So Brian, if you actually want to go back and watch Chinmay and I, who both did that break for you, we hyped you up quite a bit, man. Hyped you up quite a bit for that breakaway.
Yeah, and that was one of the last. It was one of the last breaks of the show, so it'd be around the 11 o'clock mark, around the 2-hour mark. Exact mark. It says yeah. So if you go to like an hour and 50 minutes on the stream, that's probably when you're looking at that jersey being pulled.
Did I win? Yeah. Was this Nick from earlier? What was your order number, Nick? I
don't see him in the winner sheet.
Yeah, I remember Nick commenting earlier in the morning show. But if you want confirmation,
he
for
knows
sure,
he knows what order number is. But I do not see him in the winner sheet.
Well, going back to this particular break, because we still got two more.
Yep, we still got two boxes here.
Two more boxes to still go here. And again, if you guys are just tuning in, Tri-Sign Buffalo Bills, Adrian Peterson, hell of a start to our guy Donald, and who said the party has to stop at 2? Not 1, not 2, but 3 consecutive headliners that we're going to end up pulling out. And Chinmay, I'm actually so excited for this one that I might actually have to Gronk spike our way onto the table here with Rob Gronkowski on the Lunar Authentic. I'm not like our fearless leader in Kamenencia. If you're not going to get a fumble Ruski out of me. I'm very, very secure with these helmets, guys. Don't worry. From one fellow Rob to another, I can say this is one of my absolute favorites, dude. The Lunars are beautiful. The red and white color scheme is awesome.
Great.
You get the Buccaneers blood red right there on the side of the signature. And how about the player himself, man? Top 5 all time in receptions and receiving touchdowns. 4 tight ends. I think a lot of people would say if you had to take one tight end at their prime for an entire season, I think a lot of people would take Rob Gronkowski.
If I'm getting him healthy for the whole season, then I'm taking Gronk.
Yeah. My boy Gronk, says Mitch. Hey Mitch, by the way, my friend, I did actually end up, I did not know how to, thank you, my man. I did not know how to end up reaching you any other platform, honestly, via your YouTube. So I tried contacting you after the show because I know you're a big Bears guy and you're looking for Bears items. I actually do have a couple of Bears items that I am looking to move myself. So if you're interested at all, feel free to drop your email or something. I can reach out to you after the show is done today. If you're interested in the Bears items that I have. So just wanted to throw that out there. He also said the Bucks have the best Lunar in my opinion. Yeah. I think
it's close.
It's a great point.
All the Lunars have their own charm, but the Bucks certainly have a case.
Which, I mean, as you're putting it right below the top Lunar from the last show, is there a specific one that pops out in your mind from the Lunars that we see?
Obviously, the Chargers are up there. Jaguars are up there. Dolphins are up there. Those are the best color schemes. But I'm going to have to say, honestly, I like the Ravens.
Yeah, the Ravens one, dude.
The Ravens one is very good.
The Ravens one is a good call, man. The Ravens one is very, very good. I'm honestly going with Mitch here. I think the Bucks have. And, well, the Bucks and Cardinals, to me, are basically one and the same.
Yeah.
Because the color scheme is identical. But the Buck, as much as I love my cards, I don't really love my cards these days, but I think the Buccaneers logo stands alone.
All right, well, Donald go 4 for 4 here.
Well, if he does, I think it's only fair if we give him a new nickname. after everyone's favorite fast food establishment, I'm going to start calling you Wendy's. And not only that, could he possibly go 4 for 4, Chinmay? He can do this exclusively with headliners. That is unbelievably rare for that to be the case. And just like how I like my steaks prepared, Chinmay, I like it to be very rare. And my goodness, is this going to taste bloody brilliant? Because we do have a quad up of headliners, and we're going back to another all-purple Rave Authentic, and it's going to be a secondary headliner for the second best linebacker in NFL history. We ended the last show with the stat jersey. We're ending this quad break with this beautiful, beautiful Rave Authentic for number 52 and Ray Lewis. Donald, round of applause for you, my man. You have swept the board. Adrian Peterson, Jim Kelly, Andre Reed, and Thurman Thomas tri-sign standard, Lunar Authentic for Gronk, and a Ray Lewis Rave. So you get 2 Raves, a Lunar,
That's how you do it.
A tri-sign lid. I mean, what more can you possibly ask for?
That's how you do it. And the crazy thing is even with that quad up, even with the headliners going, we're now at 25 boxes with 12 headliners. So we're still just under the 50% threshold of headliners to boxes. So even with going 4 for 4 here, we still are right at about 50% in terms of headliners left. And honestly, that Saquon Super Bowl helmet, that's probably got the most value in terms of resale, and that's still available on the board. So the most valuable helmet, in my opinion, is probably still available in that Saquon Super Bowl helmet.
Yeah, no, it's definitely up there. You got a lot. You got a lot of great value. The quarterback with the most regular season MVPs is still available in Peyton Manning. You got a guy with the all-time leading rusher mark in Emmitt Smith. You have one of the most talented players today in Bijan Robinson. Mm-hmm. You have another co-signed helmet in Strahan and Lawrence Taylor as well. Donald said, thank you guys. Great pulls. Now, Donald, would you say that if it wasn't you 4 times is the real question.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I would be, hopefully you're next to a heart monitor. Because I would definitely be going into cardiac arrest after this break. And just to touch on your point there, Nick, I know that you said that you haven't seen your name. You're going back to the Weekend Warrior, which again is very possible because this series did carry over from last weekend. So we have not seen your order numbers in the chat. So if you do drop your order numbers, Chinmay will be able to track that back and look that up for you.
If he was in that same break, though, that Brian was in, he wouldn't have won because
Correct.
Brian won that jersey.
Correct. So, but just to confirm that.
But yeah, we can confirm. Yep, we can confirm.
Also, not too often do we get to start off the first 4 breaks of a show. Not too often do we get
got all the helmets
all of them on the table.
And
right?
and just going back on the winner sheet, Donald actually won the Dan Marino. So all these helmets. Right. So all these helmets are Donald.
That's right, dude. That's insane. That is so cool. So this is the So welcome to Ultimate Autographs. This is the we're gonna call this the Donald table. Yeah, this is
Donald's
awesome.
Desk.
Donald's
desk.
I like that. Donald's desk. Yeah. Somebody else has got to. Donald needs some cop, man. It's lonely at the top.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough being the top duck. So let's get ourselves back into the break room. That was really enjoyable, man. I really like to see that. And again, bless you. Ugh. Didn't see my name in that break. Looking for the order number. Appreciate you guys. Now, we appreciate you as well, Nick. Sorry if there's any confusion. We will definitely get this one summed up to say the least. So, getting ourselves into the break room, getting you guys caught up on what we got going on. The break that we just did that you guys saw, if you were watching that is the Can't Miss Autograph Authentic Helmet Series. Chinmay just mentioned it. Even after pulling 4 headliners, we still have 12 of them to go with 25 boxes. So still almost a 1 in 2 chance of still pulling a headliner, which is of utmost importance here in the UA Live Break Room. 6 to go in that double, 6 to go in the single. But here's the one I'm going to focus on alongside the Weekend Warrior with you guys. This is a part of the Chase Wheel Spin. As you can see there down at the bottom, that is the quarterback room. So I'm actually going to toss this over to you here for a quick question, because I think this guy is he's at the middle of a lot of interesting conversation in the Motor City this year, because the lone quarterback headliner we have, photo headliner, is
yes.
Jared Goff on that speed flex. Really, really great value. Donovan McNabb is the secondary headliner with 2 hidden gems mixed in there. But for Jared Goff, where do you see him in the NFL? Do you see him as a quarterback that you could win a Super Bowl with in the NFL?
Now, that's an interesting question because Jared Goff has been to a Super Bowl, and if Sean McVay was better than he has been in recent years, coaching wise, it's very possible they win that Super Bowl because they were, it was 13-3 in that game, so it wasn't like they were blown out in that game either. I think Jared Goff is absolutely capable of winning a Super Bowl, and he's led one of the best offenses in Detroit over the last 3 years or so. Obviously, you lose both your coordinators, you lose Ben Johnson, you have some injuries piling up, Dan Campbell calling some of the plays. A lot of things were in flux this year for the Lions, but they're still a very talented team.
Yeah.
And so I still think it's very possible that they get it going here in the next few years. But yeah, Jared Goff definitely capable of winning a Super Bowl, but he's one of those quarterbacks like I think him, Sam Darnold, Brock Purdy, maybe even Dak Prescott. It's like a week-to-week thing with them, right? Like some weeks they're brilliant, some weeks they're not so brilliant. They're a quarterback that you can win a Super Bowl with, maybe not the best quarterback that you would want to give yourself a shot at winning a Super Bowl. Basically, you need other players around him to be very good too in order for him to be Super Bowl caliber, or him to oversee a Super Bowl caliber team. But that being said, he's already been to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So of course Jared Goff is capable of winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure. And a great point, by Nick there, saying the worst quarterbacks have won Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I see your order number, Nick. And that was from And that was from last week. You're right. That was from two Weekend Warrior breaks ago.
Okay.
So we would have to go back and see that Weekend Warrior break, which I'll go do.
Okay, awesome. So while you do that,
but it's from 2 breaks ago.
I'll handle our guy Dylan here in the chat, also known as Dilly Dilly Dog Pound, which is slowly becoming one of my favorite usernames so far that I've seen here on the platform. So am I understanding that it has to fill up for you guys to do the poll? So essentially, if the 101 doesn't fill, it would move to the next time slot. So yeah, more or less, that's more or less correct. So for example, let's use your break as an example there, Dylan, because I know Chinmay said that you have 2 spots in that Canvas Authentic series, right? So as of right now, that is currently at 6 spots with your 2 spots owning that in. So regardless, no matter what happens, these are going to happen. Your break is eventually going to happen, but at the same time, we really don't know when that is going to be. Now, again, we just saw a quad. It's more expensive for spots to get in there, so typically you would like to think that $101 price point would end up filling. It's just a matter of what a personal preference is. Sometimes it takes a certain person or two to come in, Chinmay, and get a multitude of spots and get 3 or 4 spots, because I'll be honest with you, a lot of the times, some people don't like to buy into these break spots until they see 3 spots left, 2 spots left, and they're like, okay, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'll close this out. Don't ever think that way when it comes to this, because, Dylan, these breaks always will occur. Yeah. Doesn't matter if it's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, the next 50 minutes, the next 5 hours. Your break is going to happen no matter what. And as like we always like to say here, there's no better time than the present. To see that happen. So, and also on top of that too, I like to look at it as an advantage. Dylan, if you have 2 spots that you want to buy into for $101, in my opinion, if you got the money to make it work, again, it's your money, it's your checkbook, it's up to you at the end of the day, my friend. But if I was you, I would buy another 2 spots. It's going to get the line moving even further. It's going to raise even more eyebrows, and it secures you 2 more spots and naturally guarantees you an extra 25% or so chance of winning in that upcoming break that we would have going on. So
I do have an answer for Nick. Unfortunately, you did not win, but that was the Weekend Warrior from last week in the Sunday 6 p.m. show where that break happened. and it was James Brevig who won a Jonathan Taves jersey in that Weekend Warrior break. So unfortunately, Nick, you did not win, but that did happen last Sunday in the 6 p.m. show. That's when that break happened.
Fortunately, Nick, no dice in that particular break in that situation. But again, we still have some great ratios in the Weekend Warriors. Jim and I have talked about it. 9 headliners, 13 boxes. Still a ton of really good stuff there. I wanted to get to my guy, Storana Jr. He said, "Hi, I'm new here. I bought a couple of jersey breaks slots. Does that run once all slots are full? Is there any notification once it's full? And when is it going to run?" So, a multitude of questions, all of them great. So, you bought some spots in that jersey series, right? Which, by the way,
4 to go.
Yes, 4 to go. So that's getting fairly close to closing. So again, the most inexpensive series we have at $29 a piece. We have that one headliner left in Jim Kelly. 6 boxes left to go until we end up getting a brand new jersey break that is coming up for you guys. But yeah, so once those next 4 spots fill up, so 4 people buying for $29 or 1 person buys all 4 spots. It can happen in a variety of ways there. Once that does happen, then yes, then we'll end up seeing that break. Once that break starts to happen there, Junior, you'll actually end up seeing what you kind of see up here on the screen. We're going to take all 8 names that are available right here. We're going to put them through a randomizer like you just saw. And then it's going to end up going randomly into these 8 different breaks.
Yeah.
And if whatever person, let's say, for example, Rob Gronkowski, right? Rob Gronkowski, let's say that he's on a New England Patriot. If your name happens to be in the AFC East, well, guess what? That's going to be a winner for you. But if you end up being in the NFC North and it's Rob Gronkowski, obviously that would not end up going to you. So that's more or less how it goes. He said, "I figure you answer most of my question when you answered Dylan there. Thank you for taking the time to answer mine as well."
No, he's going line by line.
Yeah,
that's what we do here.
Yeah, no, that's what we want to be able to put as much emphasis on this for you guys. And this is what you guys are going to notice here. And I want to be able to show this to you and Dylan as well. This is not just your standard break room. We reward you guys in every way possible. Specifically, this is our signature reward club that we have. So once you create your account here by saying join now, become a member and earn points and exclusive rewards every time that you shop. So it's literally as easy as 1, 2, 3. You create an account, you start earning points, you redeem points. It's literally as easy as that. And the great thing is that we actually have this explained to you and written out once you hit a certain amount of points, what you're going to achieve. So you're going to know what you're basically playing for. So even if you don't end up winning items, particularly in your first couple of breaks, you are still getting rewarded for it. So even if you don't end up winning, which by the way, guys, you're not going to win every single break. You're taking chances unless you end up buying out a personal or you end up buying out an entire break. That's the only way you can guarantee yourself a win. Yeah.
Dennis, I did check that order number. I don't see you in the winner sheet from the After Dark show, which is when that order was placed. So I don't see you in the winner sheet. So it looks like you would have been in one of those blackout either doubles or quads, but I don't see you in the winner sheet there on that order number, unfortunately.
The Doc checking in this weekend. I saw Doc was in a series earlier on today.
Yeah.
Good to see you there, Mr. Rivers. Or as he is known as the other Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers.
We like to call him the Doc Rivers.
He's the Doc Rivers for me.
For us here at UA. Nah, there's no doubt about that, dude. So 3 spots to go in the squad box, guys. Again, really, really hoping we can get some Jared Goff movement here.
Because
alongside Donovan McNabb.
If we knock that out, then we get the Diamond Series to come in. And that's got, again, a full new series with brand new headliners for you guys. So get the opportunity not only to get some potential headliners here with this quad, but you open up the opportunity to then go into the Diamond Series that comes in next with new headliners.
Nice quad up. Congratulations. Is the Ray Lewis available for trade? What is your team? Todd's a great dude. Todd is a really good person to trade with. And just going into that as well, also for you guys, for Dylan, for Junior, for both of you guys, this is a great trading community as well. Exchanging emails here in the chat, more than legal, more than a valid thing to do. We see it happen here all the time, guys, here at Ultimate Autographs. Some of the reasons why we have a lot of our regulars come back is because of how often they trade with one another as we try to create the best breaking community around. So, again, I just want to kind of make a quick little note of Chinmay's point there about Jared Goff, because I did pose the question for him for those that did not tune in and listen to that. I was asking him, can you win a Super Bowl with him as your starting quarterback? And I'm in the same camp as Chinmay. I think that basically a borderline perfect situation has to be created. But Nick said this earlier as well. He said that there have been worse quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl than Jared Goff. I completely agree. He is that type of quarterback. A lot of like Eli Manning, I would say. Eli Manning with, pretty similar arm, maybe a little bit better. But, if he's in the pocket, he's very, very good, very calm, very collective in the pocket. But once you start to put pressure on him and make him roll outside, then that's where things start to get dicey for Goff. It's not a correlation, or I should say it is a direct correlation. The fact that, his offensive line definitely took a hit this year, and he wasn't his same dominant self that he has been the last couple of years. But looking at a couple of other breaks here for you guys, we have 6 spots to go here in this mini double that we got going on this first down mini. We got Warren Sapp, the QB killer in the NFC South, with Wes Welker on a very nice lunar mini. First time that I'm seeing this bad boy here for Wes Welker here at Ultimate Autographs. A Marshall Falk for the St. Louis Rams. Very, very nice mini here for the former MVP, a part of that Greatest Show on Turf. We get a lot of guys from that Greatest Show on Turf offense. Kurt Warner, we got all the time here at UA. We actually just got Isaac Bruce the other day on a mini. We'll get Torrey Holt on rare occasions. We get Orlando Pace on Authentics all the time in replica helmets.
The Torrey Holt, I haven't seen that much.
Yeah, Torrey Holt is probably the most rare out
but
of the
I've
five.
seen, and even Isaac Bruce, I've seen a few times, but not. Yeah, the Torrey Holt is pretty rare.
I've seen Torrey Holt on one occasion.
Okay. Yep.
And that's it. But yeah, it is very rare. I agree. I know when Common and Chef says that it's rare, then it's definitely rare, because he's seen just about any type of NFL memorabilia that you could see go through here at UA. Luke Kuechly on that gorgeous Carolina blue autograph there on that mini helmet. Talked about Luke Kuechly's greatness. He made an All-Pro every year of his NFL career outside of his rookie year. And the funniest thing about that, Chinmay, his rookie year, he led the league in tackles as a rookie, but for whatever reason, they didn't want to put him on an All-Pro team as a rookie. So, but he was dominant from the start, one of the greatest linebackers in modern NFL history. Chris Carter, his moniker was all I do is catch touchdowns. Well, he wasn't lying.
Yeah, wasn't wrong about that.
Top 10 all-time in receiving touchdowns for CC. Talk about a touchdown that has been absolutely spoiled over the last 30 years in pass catchers, from Chris Carter to Randy Moss to now Justin Jefferson. Hell, if you want to throw our childhood in there, man, you got a couple of injury-prone guys that were really, really good. Sidney Rice, Percy Harvin for the Minnesota Vikings. Obviously, Adam Thielen alongside Justin Jefferson as well, as a 1A, 1B combination that they had with Kirk Cousins for many years in Minneapolis. Couple other minis. We got 3 other headliners to talk about, and all 3 of them are at the bottom. Earl Campbell and Donovan McNabb on each side, the former MVP running back, and Earl Campbell for the Houston Oilers on an AFC South hit. And Donovan McNabb, I've told you this, we've talked about this a couple of times on air, but for me, I'm an avid gamer. So I grew up playing video games, only child syndrome, what have you. But Chinmay, I always loved to play one particular football game growing up, and that was ESPN 2K5. That had Terrell Owens on the front cover. It was revolutionary because the game feature that made it so popular, competing with Madden at the time, 2 things. One, the price point was $20. And believe me, it was 200 times better than Madden. And I like Madden. Madden is fine, but this game was so revolutionary. It had first-person football, where it was the POV inside of the helmet. It was so cool, man. But anyways, how it relates to Donovan McNabb is that I always loved using that 05 Phillies offense. They eventually would lose in the Super Bowl to eventually the New England Patriots in 2005. That was the famous Terrell Owens broken fibula that he played on in that Super Bowl. Still had over 100 receiving yards, basically playing on one leg. But Brian Westbrook, Todd Pinkston, Freddie Mitchell, Terrell Owens, Donovan McNabb, of course. Just one of my favorite teams I remember from our childhood.
Yeah.
So
They beat my Packers to go on the road to that Super Bowl, I believe. So that was a tough one for me. But yeah, Donovan McNabb was on some really, really great teams. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite keep up with his play on some of those top Eagles teams, but definitely led some contending teams back in his day.
yeah, 1,000% former first overall pick in the city of brotherly love and Donovan McNabb. Fred Warner and Uncle Rico. Rico Dowdle, if you are a fan and a participant of fantasy football.
Yeah.
Rico Dowdle may or may not have kept your team afloat for a few weeks this year. Had some eyebrow-raising stats that he put up for the Carolina Panthers. I think he was actually, when Chuba Hubbard was out, I think that he actually had, even to this day, like this season, he had the best game from scrimmage for any running back in the NFL this season. So him and Micah Wilson, I would say, were probably the two biggest opportunistic fantasy players this year that were surprising. So speaking of, by the way, of your Packers, I didn't see this, but shout out to Jordan Love, man. Shout out to Jordan Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Found out that he's going to be a father. So literally just pulled up my Instagram and saw that.
Get that dad strength in there ahead of the playoff run.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, look, it's a real thing, dude.
Yeah,
I remember at the NBA Finals in 2019, Fred VanVleet, when he found out he was going to be a father, he went absolutely berserk towards the tail end of that finals, and that became a whole thing.
Well, there's a whole prophecy with the Packers, right? Third year as your starting quarterback.
Age 27.
Same age.
Yep.
The Bears win the NFC North. So it's starting to line up a little bit. Things are starting to line up a little bit. Dude, I'm not going to lie. Just for for your fandom, for our geographic location, we need Bears Packers in the playoffs. We absolutely need that for the sport. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, the Bears and Packers haven't played against each other since the NFC Championship game in 2010 in the playoffs. In the playoffs, no, they haven't.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that they've played head to head. So that was the infamous in Chicago Jay Cutler on the bike.
Yeah.
In the second half, and what was that? Caleb Haney came in for him in the second half.
So there were two. There was Todd Collins came in for one possession.
Oh my God, Todd Collins.
And let's just say. It was a very easy decision to go to
Lovie
Caleb
Smith
Haney.
saw all he needed.
It was a very easy decision to go to Caleb Haney after that series.
He went from Todd Collins, the backup, to Bobby Boucher, the water boy.
Yeah.
In one quick snap.
Yep.
So looks like we're gonna have a break coming up in that jersey. From what it looks like.
Yeah, we got. Let's see. It's one to go, but maybe order came in. I'll double check on that, but I still see one to go here.
Yeah, no worries. Just getting back to the chat, because I know we've had some great conversations going on here. That was Donald said, yes, Lewis could be up for trade. I like the Steelers and the Bucks. Unfortunately, as you can tell by my name, I am a Browns fan. Well, I'm a Cardinals fan, Dylan, so you know what? We can bask in our sorrow together, because if there is one franchise in the NFL that is more despicable than the Browns, I mean, by the way, not fans. I love Browns fans. I really, really do. You guys are some of the most diehards across any sporting platform. I mean, in terms of franchise performance, the Arizona Cardinals are about as depressing and about as barren of a wasteland as they can be.
That jersey break is good to go.
Awesome.
So
thank you very much.
Confirm that is indeed sold out. So we will do that.
So here's the fun thing that I always like to ask people in the NFL to show you how absolutely depressing the Cardinals franchise history is. If I asked you to name me 10 Cardinals players before the year 2000, could you do it?
Whew.
Yeah, see, that's the automatic, and even big time NFL guys like yourself.
Like they started on the Cardinals,
played for
the Cardinals at some point.
At any point before the year 2000, 10 players that played for the Cardinals.
I think I could name you one.
Yeah, that lies the problem. It really didn't start turning. I mean, arguably since they relocated to Arizona from Chicago, honest to God, that small peak of Kurt Warner and those 1 or 2 years of Carson Palmer with Bruce Arians, that's it. Like, that's really it,
Jets are not particularly great either.
No, the Jets, obviously. But again, the thing with the Jets, at least, yeah, I understand the Jets. And of course, but the Jets are more blown open more because they play in New York.
Sure.
They play in the biggest market in
Yeah.
the United States. The Jets and the Cardinals are never talked about because they do play in Arizona. They're simply not talked about enough.
We got Dan Marino up here, but the Dolphins are also, Dolphins haven't been particularly that successful either of late. So it's it's a very interesting collection as to who will be sort of coined that worst team or run of futility. But yeah, it's hasn't been good for those franchises.
Yeah,
let's just put it that way.
And they're making, and Dylan's making a great point. And again, the Jets, obviously, they're in their own state of futility, as it seems to be for quite a long time. Mitch said I was a junior in high school when they went to the Super Bowl, and it was insane in Arizona. That must have been a great vibe then. We're going to try to continue the good vibes now with handoff jersey number 18. We're fighting for that Jim Kelly headliner. As the last headliner in this series. Guys, if you're just tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, 20 people spending their Saturday afternoons with us. If you're just getting your Saturday started with Chinmay and myself, Chinmay on the ones and twos over there, Rob Hill in the host chair for you guys for at least the next hour plus. One number for the... Speaking of the cards, of course, something that I haven't been able to do a lot here at UA. Shout out to my my absolute stud of a girlfriend for getting me this Sweet Beans, by the way, 2008 NFC Conference champion hoodie. Very nice. I love these, man. I love vintage hoodies and stuff like that, and sweaters. They're very, very cool.
Stat Muse, so we can take it with a little bit of a grain of salt.
Oh, here we go.
But lowest winning percentage
here we go.
since 2000. Rob, you'd be surprised. The Cardinals are not in the bottom five. But they're six.
Can I? Yeah, I would figure bottom five since 2000.
Yep, bottom five since 2000.
Yeah, Mitch, let's do the wheel. I got you, buddy. I'm just gonna randomize this. So bottom five. So Cleveland's got to be there.
Cleveland's number one.
Jets have got to be there.
Jets are not in the bottom five.
Really?
They're not.
Okay, so
they're tied with your Cardinals.
Man, okay, I'm gonna have to think about Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's there. Yep, number three.
Okay. I wanna they definitely won. I was gonna say Tennessee. I was gonna say Tennessee is no. Fudge.
There's one team. There's one team here that you would not think of.
Miami.
No.
Damn it.
One team here that you would not think of because of some of their current success.
Cincinnati.
No.
Okay. Oh, no, because Marvin Lewis 500 every year. Yeah. But those early 2000s Bengals teams were not good. Buffalo.
No.
They were bad for a while.
Wrong conference.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to that. Got a job to do here, but
think on it for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to.
Of the three teams that you're missing, two are in the NFC, one is in the AFC.
Oh, Detroit.
There you go. Detroit is
recent success.
Has recent success, but is it still in the bottom five?
Recent success. Yeah, that makes sense. So one more in the NFC, one more in the AFC.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna end up spinning this. Rob, how can I get one? I need a jersey. I don't have one. Yeah, so real quick, I'm going to spin this. Mitch, by the way, since you want to do the wheel, it's your call, my friend. Is there a certain number you want to start on? If not, I'll just spin it. Cameron, great question, my man. How do I get a jersey? So what you can do here, my friend, I'm going to show you this. This is the UA Live break page. I'm actually going to drop the link for you in the chat that sends you directly to this. So you are buying a spot for a live divisional break. It's $29 a spot. You can buy out the entire break if you would like. That would guarantee you a jersey. So whatever 8 times 29 is, that's going to be what you would buy to guarantee yourself a jersey. If you want to buy one spot, that's more than okay. If you want to buy 7, whatever you want to do. Again, if you do not buy out the entire break, you are buying yourself a chance to get yourself a jersey. So I'm going to send this to you, and then you could check out everything else that we have on our UA Live break page. I would highly recommend you checking this out, though, Cameron. Feel free to watch this 2-minute describer right here on the short video on YouTube to learn more. That'll explain our live break room. Mitch said to spin it at number 1. You got it, dude. You got it, dude. We're going to go with, let's see. We're going to go with my lucky number, and we will. We're going to go with 22. That we do not have. But we should have 21, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Mitch, hopefully this works in your favor, my man. And again, Mitchy Poo, feel free to, I don't know if you heard me earlier, my guy. I do have some Chicago Bears memorabilia that I am looking to either trade or sell. On my own accord, IRL, obviously, I cannot do that on air because, again, I like my job. But again, Mitch, if you want to exchange contact information at all, feel free to let me know if you are interested. Let's get into this handoff jersey, shall we? Scott Toronto in the NFC North and South. Mitchell with the wheel spin call in the NFC East and the AFC East. So there you go, Mitch. Mitch has got that Jim Kelly spot. Tanner Mowers in the NFC West. Patrick Yeneff in the AFC North. Dylan Orr in the AFC South. And Patrick with the second and final spot in the AFC West. Cameron, by the way, if you have any other questions, my friend, feel free to let me know. I put my email in the chat, but I'll do it again. Oh, I'm sorry, dude, if I didn't see that earlier. Yeah, feel free to type that again. I'll take a picture of it. Mitch, you might want to stop typing in that email because instead of taking a picture of your email, how about I take a picture of your brand new headliner hit? The wheel is your best friend, and so is the 4-time AFC East champion quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. It's Jim Kelly, one of the best gunslingers of his era, the most accomplished Buffalo Bills quarterback of all time, and certainly one of the most underrated, I would say. When you think of the Buffalo Bills these days, of course you think of JA-17, but until he got drafted out of the University of Wyoming back in, what was that, 2019? No, earlier than that.
No, 2021, I believe. Or, sorry, no. 2019.
2019 for Josh Allen, I think what
so.
was prior to 2019, it was all Jim Kelly in their franchise's history. Sprinkle in some older Drew Bledsoe in there as well. But man, Jim Kelly is a legend in the Buffalo, New York area.
2018.
So 2018.
Yeah.
But congratulations to you, Mitch. Really, really awesome stuff. He said, "Come on, baby, LFG underrated for sure."
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, this is not an underrated hit. This is very, very well received.
Yeah.
And again, just 2 spots, man.
Yeah.
2 spots got him that.
Yeah.
So congratulations to little Money Mitch right there. Do the Money Manziel for Money Mitch. Very, very nice. They actually, I mean, technically they have Money Mitch as their backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Mitch Trubisky.
That's right. We're 2 spots to go in that Weekend Warrior, by the way. So, and I also did not recognize this, didn't realize this, but there is no Weekend Warrior double on the site right now. So once this single closes out, then I'll put up a double, in case people want to do the double.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Might get some extra movement going in that. Hey, did jersey number 17 handoff already run? I have 2 slots in that one and in this
17
one.
already did run. 17 was in the last show.
Yeah, 17 was in the last show, and who won that bad boy?
So 17, that was Joe Bolano won the Ray Lewis. Is that Joe?
I don't believe. I think that might be Scott. Is that you, Scott? Just by the names, or Tanner, either one. I'm assuming it's Scott or Tanner because he said he was in this break as well.
Okay,
so,
yeah. Joe was not in this break, so
yeah.
Okay, looks like it's Scott. Yeah, Joe won the Ray Lewis jersey in the last.
Yeah, I only saw Joe play in that one break today, so I think he just took the Ray Lewis and ran. Okay. Which I can't blame him for because you know what?
Yeah.
Because the Donald desk, he's not only looking to take Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis has got 4 friends to go along with him for Donald today. Dan Marino, Adrian Peterson, Jim Kelly again. with friends Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed on the standard authentic. And then, of course, the Rob Gronkowski Lunar Authentic, my personal favorite, right here in the product cam for you guys. I'll get ourselves back in the break room. Chinmay was alluding to a couple of series getting close. I can see we got 2 more spots that got bought into for the quad for that authentic, which is awesome to see. We are still at 6 in the double. I saw a spot get into in the single, which is good, bringing that down to 5. 2 to go in the Weekend Warrior, and to reward you lovely folks out there, if we get that Weekend Warrior close, which we will, after that break happens, Chinmay is going to drop a double box break, meaning instead of obviously 1 box coming out, it'd be 2. So that price point would be doubled, so it'd be $84 a spot for that double, just so you guys know. He said, thanks, boys. Yeah, it's Scott. No,
okay,
man, thank you. No,
thanks
no
for
worries,
joining
Scott.
us, Scott.
Yeah, man. Scott, is this your first weekend playing with us? I haven't seen Scott before. And by the way, I got to go up in the chat to see my guy. Got to find that email for my guy, Mitch. Yeah, Mitch, I don't see it in the chat at all for your email, my friend. So feel free to drop that again if you can. We got 8 spots to go now in the jerseys, Chinmay. Now that that's reset, every single jersey that is left is a hidden gem. But still, the hidden gems that we got available for you guys. Just looking at some of them over here, not going to give them away, but just taking a look at some of the name prowesses for what we got. I know you're going to like one of the guys that I just saw here. Okay, all right. Just trying to see. I just want to get like the namesake of some of these guys. So these are really across the board for what we got. But these are some good players, man. One of them is actually a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
So one's actually a Hall of Famer out of the 5 boxes that are left. So a guy that's a part of, let's say, one of the most famous defenses in NFL history. I will say that. I did one on Christmas Eve, but yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Scott, if you got any questions at all, any other series that you want to play in, feel free to let Chinmay or myself know. In this Weekend Warrior, though, we had the Dennis Rodman close at the end of last show. Great ratios, guys, to get ourselves closed out in this. And we got some awesome headliners still remaining. It's been a Buffalo Bill-centric show. We've seen Jim Kelly twice. Obviously, we've got the Tri-Sign helmet up here. We might as well just bring all of Bill's Mafia from back in the day in here. The Juice, O.J. Simpson, one of the most electrifying running backs of all time. I can't do it. I can't make the joke on air. I can't do it. Can't talk about the car chase. Bo Jackson for the Chicago White Sox. Bo knows how to find himself as a headliner. Now, Chinmay, I think you and I are in agreement on what probably our favorite lid that you and I saw together on a show, the Golden Eagle, that Jalen Hurts. That's still my all-time favorite, but I would probably say a close second. I don't know if we did this together, but do you remember a Bo Jackson / Kansas City? It was a Kansas City Royal and Raider.
I remember the helmet.
Yeah.
But I don't think we pulled it together on the same show.
That was probably my second favorite lid that I've seen. I know Patrick Mahomes, before I started here, had a Chief and Royal.
I pulled that one.
You did pull that one. Okay, that's badass then. Yeah, so that Bo one, though, was special, man. That was so cool. We get a lot of different Bo Jackson items. I've seen a Bo Jackson football, obviously a jersey, a helmet, speed flex.
Yeah.
You name it. Bo Jackson does a lot of autographs, does a lot of stuff for UA, which is really great. One of my all-time favorite athletes, man, to say the least. That 1993, I talked about it earlier, White Sox team was just filled with so many freaking characters, dude. We had Carlton Fisk at the tail end of his career, MVP Frank Thomas, Cy Young winner Jack McDowell. We had Ozzie Guillen at shortstop, Robin Ventura, Batman and Robin, as they were called, for the 93 team back then. So just some really cool memories. And by memories, I mean, that occurred 6 years before I was born. But that's why that they have DVDs and documentaries and such. Speaking of documentaries, this Dallas Cowboys triplet jersey certainly made headlines in 2025 for a. Did you ever end up finishing that?
I did.
What were your thoughts on that documentary?
I thought it was pretty good. I don't know that it was necessarily great in the sense of like 30 for 30 level documentary series, but it was good to see the perspective of some of those Cowboys players who I didn't really get to see play in person, or wasn't around yet to see those guys really develop into that team. You hear sort of the legend of those Cowboys. So I liked it from a sense of like, I generally like sports documentaries and those types of like follow-ons and recalls from those players. I don't know that it was necessarily like great. Like I wouldn't put it up there with like The Last Dance or some of the other 30 for 30s that are among my personal favorites. But I thought it was entertaining. It was good entertaining. Like Deion Sanders, Michael Irvin, entertaining guys.
Some of the best personalities ever that we've seen in the NFL.
Yeah.
But again, that's what I like about documentaries like that. That again, it's one thing, and it definitely appeals more to the generation that watched those Super Bowl teams happen. Not just Cowboys fans, but just the country itself.
Yeah.
But then fast forwarding to today, you get the nostalgia, but then you also get the nostalgia from the perspective of the players on that team and seeing how their relationships transpired more than 30 years later. So J Bell said, I took advantage of the freebie offer I got in my email this morning. Very cool. My guy MP saying, what's up? Michael, you tell me what's up, dude. What am I getting for lunch? What am I getting for lunch today, broski? What's on the other Portillo's menu for myself this afternoon? Because, Lord alive.
That cake shake.
Lord alive. Oh, dude, cake.
It's that cake shake.
I'm telling you right now, you won't see me for a while if I have a cake shake, man. I'm telling you, that thing destroys my insides. For the rest of the headliners that we got here in this series, guys, we have Bobby Knight. There's a lot of ways you could describe Bobby Knight as a coach. Probably one of the most respected coaches ever. I think my favorite Bobby Knight quote is when he was actually coaching the men's basketball Olympic team before they had the pros in. Now, obviously, 1992 was the first summer that they obviously had pros play in the Olympics for basketball. But before that, back in 1984, they would have only amateur players. So the year that Michael Jordan was drafted, they actually had the Olympics leading right up to the draft. So he would always end up saying, he actually said it that summer, that he's not only the best player that is on the team, but he said he's the best player he has ever seen and that he has coached. And this is before MJ was drafted. And even after those words from Bobby Knight, he was still taken third overall, of course, behind Hakeem Olajuwon and Sam Bowie. But I always remember Bobby Knight being such an influencer, such a motivator.
Yeah.
And just a really cool homage with the general, the number one on the back of the jersey. That's a very, very unique jersey. I've seen a lot of Bobby Knight memorabilia, have not seen a lot of the general customization jerseys, Chinmay, when it comes to that. So
yeah, and let's see if we can pull that out. The Weekend Warrior did close out.
Sweet.
So that Weekend Warrior single is good to go, and I will
let's get it.
I will also put up a double so that in the event that people want to get into the double, that option is available for them.
When does that mini quad pop up? That would sell like crazy. That would actually be interesting. Quads for the minis? Yeah, I would say so. That's actually an interesting question that I can... So, truthfully, Mike, what we like to do in the great words of Bane from Batman is that we want to give back to you, the people, as much as we possibly can, and we love to take all of your guys' insights. So, that's something I wouldn't mind running up the flagpole, having a quad break series for the minis.
Sure.
I think that would be pretty advantageous for you guys out there. So, as Chinmay just mentioned, 7 times around, we got ourselves our Weekend Warrior single. And because it's a weekend exclusive series, you guys know what that means. Chase wheel spin action for you guys. So shout out to everybody for doing that. Gonna need 1 box numero para Weekend Warrior numero 10. So good, man. I don't know how I do it. 1 box number for Weekend Warrior number 10. Mitch said that he would love a quad mini. Yeah, man. I think that would, it's a pretty good idea. Obviously, the minis are a 30-box break like your standard ones that we have here. 4 minis or 8. 4 would be double. Yeah, so it would probably be, what's going on, William, man? Good to see you, William. It would actually end up, it would be 4. So, which is funny because our standard one is a double. So technically, William, in a sense, yeah, you are right. It would actually be like it would technically be a quad. But our standard mini is a double, so I understand how that would sound. But yeah, it would be 4 minis coming out at a time. So, Kayla, Joseph, Dylan, here's a break for you, my man. New guy. Angie, Tanner, and Keith. Looking for all of you guys out there, looking for one box number for that Weekend Warrior. It's popping up down on the bottom of the ticker for you folks. Just past the 1:15 hour, coming to you live from the city beautiful Burr Ridge, Illinois. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend as much as Chinmay and I both are. Chinmay is going to be right by your side again for the 3 o'clock hour again. You got the Ripster with you today?
I believe so.
The Rip Through.
Rip was here last week, so.
Well, yeah, remember
So I believe he's here again this week.
Was he or was he not? That was the prime question going into that 3 o'clock show. Gonna give that another couple of seconds for you guys in case you're typing on YouTube or Facebook, because I know the comment section can sometimes be delayed. And right on cue. This is why we wait. Kayla going with the wheel. Shout out to Kayla Colson, by the way. I did my afternoon show with Robbie yesterday. I believe the first break I did all day, dude. She's a big-time Bears fan. She got a William Perry. And an honor. And by the way, if you want to bring a real-life connection with a break room connection, William Perry's nickname was?
The fridge.
And what did I get as a brand new appliance in my house that got installed at 6 o'clock this morning?
A fridge.
A fridge. I woke up to 5 random people in my house installing a fridge that I didn't expect them to come until later in the day. So I literally thought people were breaking into my home this morning. 13 is the box number for the Weekend Warrior there. That is not going to... I don't think we have it, Chinmay. Let's see. I think we have 12 or 14 according to the ticker. If that's the case, we'll do a picker wheel for that.
Yeah, I see 12 and 14.
Okay, cool. So I'll do the picker wheel for that then. But yeah, so speaking of, by the way, Chicago Bears stuff. It was actually a Bears heavy show yesterday, so I'm sure you were glad that you weren't here for it. But huge shout out to Bomb Diggity, also known as Chad Miller.
Okay.
He won a double box break. It's going to end up being box 12 for this Weekend Warrior. He won a double box break, and he actually gifted Robbie Lopez a Jim McMahon jersey, and he gifted me a Dan Hampton Authentic. So it was it's a very, very kind gesture from our guy Bomb Diggity out there. If Chad Miller is wherever he might be on a Saturday, hopefully Chad's having a good one. So it's going to be box number 12 coming out. Headliners that we're looking for, guys, the O.J. Simpson, Bo Jackson, the Dallas Triplets. If you think the Dallas Triplets are a lot, thank you, Chinmay. The Dallas Stars, 13-time signatures. And no, by the way, I'm not reading off all 13 signatures. I'm going to need a lot more water than just one water bottle to read off all 13. But I would be proud to mention that Mike Modano and fan of the show, Brett Hull, are on that. Mm-hmm. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the Larry Bird warm-up. I am praying to God this is the Larry Bird warm-up. Nikola Jokic and Alonzo Mourning are all the headliners in this series. 4 minis, it's already a double sell to the higher-ups, Rob. The series wouldn't even last one show.
Whew.
I mean, with how confident you are,
Okay.
I mean, you're convincing me of it. I mean, I might have to whisper something in a Chinmay's ear over there about putting something up right now on the website. Good luck, everybody. Man, this is so funny. This happens once a show, man. This happens once a show. Chinmay, you're gonna have to take over for me because I'm gonna have to go and head to the mini fridge.
Oh God.
And grab myself a lot more water bottles so I can read off the 1999 Dallas Stars NHL champion 13 signatures from the 90. Look at this, the 99 number on the back. You get champs right there. 13 different signatures for the Dallas Stars. Joseph Klassen is in a class of his own right now. Awesome win. Again, Brett Hull and Mike Modano, 2 Hall of Famers are on
Part
here.
of that, yeah.
Again, back-to-back shows where I never take jerseys out, but
Yeah, you got to take this one out.
I got to take this one out, to say the least. So, I'm just nervous I'm going to touch one of them.
Yeah.
Touch one of the signatures.
Champs 99, and look at that.
Woo.
All the signatures on that 99, very clean.
Very clean indeed. See if we can make out anybody here. I think Mike Modano's at the top of the 9.
There.
Well, they're both nets. But yeah, the one, you're right. The one over there.
I think Madonna's over there and Hull is over here.
Yeah.
Right? I think Madonna and Hull are at the top there.
That is awesome. Congrats indeed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, also, the front of this, by the way, Cup champions.
Okay. Yeah.
Cup champions as well in the form, of course, the Peyton Dallas Star. I believe this is their only cup in franchise history.
Yeah.
And that was against the, oh yeah, it was, because the Detroit Red Wings, and obviously Brett Hull, because we talked about this on air with Brett Hull, he actually ended up winning with the Detroit Red Wings 3 seasons later in 2002. And the guy that he actually ended up getting the game-winning goal against in a triple overtime Game 6 in the Stanley Cup Finals, Chinmay.
I'm seeing Sabres.
Oh, the Sabres. You're right.
Yeah.
The goaltender for the Sabres was Dom Hasek.
Yeah.
And then eventually he became teammates with Dom Hasek, who he won a Stanley Cup with.
Yeah.
So.
Brett Hull had the series-winning goal.
Yep.
In this series, in overtime in Game 6.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did indeed. Awesome. That's why if Joshua Bateman's out there, he's throwing stuff at his screen because he always types in no goal because he's a big-time Sabres fan.
So Joe Nieuwendyk is also on there as a signature, and he was a series MVP.
Yes, he is.
So he's also on there listed as a signature too. So you got the 2 Hall of Famers and Nieuwendyk in there as the MVP. And actually, Nieuwendyk is also in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is. 3 Hall of Famers, baby.
Yeah.
This is, if you were a fan of hockey, this is a relic that's very, very rare to have.
Yeah.
And again, I don't even know how to value something like this.
We've had a
$42.
we had a Michigan it's not stat jersey. We had a Michigan signatures jersey for the national champions, with JJ McCarthy was one of the signatures, but JJ McCarthy was probably the only really notable signature on that jersey.
Yep.
Whereas on this one, you got 3 Hall of Famers.
Crazy. Again,
So
42.
that's
$42 value, bro. And then one spot. One spot is all I needed.
That's all it takes.
Gonna write that up for my man, Mr. Klassen. And if you guys like headliners like that, well, guess what? We are rewarding you in more ways than one. Mm-hmm. Chinmay has got that double box break up for the Weekend Warrior on the break page. I'll drop that link for you guys in the chat.
It's been bought into.
Already, there you go. Love to see it. 8 headliners, 12 boxes still to go. Again, guys, 67% chance at a headliner, also known as my career free throw percentage in rec basketball. Rob, why are you shooting free throws in rec basketball? Because we like to play with rules, okay? To play with rules and regulations. Dallas Stars 99 jersey. Best way that I can probably put that one. Yeah, Williams said that I think a lot of long games, multiple OTs in that cup final. I honestly kick myself a lot, not physically, of course, but I kick myself, dude, a lot of the time because I really want to get into more NHL fandom. I loved playing games as a kid, video games for Shell. Obviously, pond hockey, I loved playing a lot as a kid. But I could never get into the sport itself, and we grew up and witnessed the Hawks dynasty in the 2010s. But I don't know, I just could never get into it. As Chinmay alluded to, didn't take you guys very long, so thank you for taking advantage. 5 spots are left in that Weekend Warrior double. That's an $84 value. Everything in this photoed headliner is available, not named Brett Burns, Allen Iverson, Baker Mayfield, Sammy Sosa, now that Dallas Stars jersey, John Elway, Jamar Chase, Jonathan Toews. Everything else still available in that series for you guys. But the biggest question is, where are we going to play next? And it looks like the jersey, the regular jersey for $29 has 2 spots left to go. So I'm going to drop a couple of links in here for you guys. Five spots. Go Weekend. First time we've had a Weekend Warrior double put up on the live break page today. So please take advantage of that, guys. And on top of that, too, you're just getting yourself an extra edition and a Chase wheel spin as well.
Yeah.
So 5 hidden gems here. And the jerseys, 2 spots. In the jerseys. Boxes left. 5 boxes left before we get a brand new jersey series out for you folks. And while we do that, just to get a little conversation with you 22 lovely people going in the chat. We got a lot of, we just had a hockey break, but
well, the jerseys are closed out.
And
so.
the jerseys are closed out, so even better.
That.
Well, I can guarantee you that we're going to be doing a football break here for this one. So thank you guys very much. Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly, I think, is an expression that hasn't been used in quite a while, but it sounds nice rolling off the tongue.
Yeah, it's nice.
Thank you kindly. One of my favorite things that I like to do here at Ultimate Autographs is teach Robbie Lopez new slang on the block that us meddling youth like to use. Oh man, I had a field day with him the other day talking to him about what clout was.
Oh God.
Yeah. That was a good time.
Did you have to like use it in a sentence or?
I had to use it in a sentence.
What's the process of while I get this set up? Is it like you say the word, then it's a definition?
It's usually
then it's use it in a sentence. Like you get it's a full spelling bee here, but you don't have to actually spell the word.
It was saying the word out loud, followed by a puzzled reaction and look, saying I don't want to know what it is, and then I insisted by giving the definition. I spelled it out. I told him to look it up on Urban Dictionary. I said, if you don't want me to use it in the sentence on air, you can read the sentences on Urban Dictionary over there. And he says that he still doesn't care about it. So I'm like, okay, that's more than okay.
Yeah, that break's ready to go.
Yeah. Let's see what we got going on, guys. Again, thank you guys for closing this out. After this, we will have just I believe
this is the 5th one, so then there'll be 4 more after this.
Yep,
yeah,
4 more after
and
this.
Then brand new jersey series would be available if those 4 were to go.
Again, even if there are no headliners in this, guys, $29 price point, you're automatically going to be exceeding your value of what you're going to be
for
getting
sure.
in this.
And Rob mentioned, there's a Hall of Famer in there. I'm sure there's some Super Bowl champions hidden in there. So still plenty of value, plenty of notable players, even if they're not headliner worthy.
Heck yeah. Now, I don't think this guy would be considered a hidden gem. This is Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah.
On Eluder Authentic, if you guys are just tuning in here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We've been feeling very authentic here at Ultimate Autographs today. We want to give you guys authentic content on camera and also authentic lids on the table as well. Man, we're going to have a tough decision for hits in the show as we continue to move on. So, but we are definitely looking to add a lot more to our pile going forward here. So, looking for Keith Joyce. Keith Joyce is the king of the NFC. Keith, if there is any jersey that comes out of the NFC, it is going to be yours, my friend. Jeremy Harden with his 1 spot in the AFC North, Michael Horton in the AFC West, and Keith Joyce with 2 more spots in the AFC South and East. I'll give you guys a couple more seconds on that before going to the wheel. Looking for a number from one of you guys. Does Horton here an AFC West jersey? That's the that's the big question that we're going to be asking here. Love myself a good Dr. Seuss movie. I could literally watch the Lorax until I'm like blue in the face. I think that's hilarious. Guardian of the Forest. All right, guys, I'm gonna give that a little spin, a little twirl. See what we got here. Chinmay, we're gonna have that Mamba mentality. We're gonna have box 24. Well, guess what? Box number 24 is no longer here, but we should have the next closest, which is box 18. So we're going from the Kobe Bryant box to a Laker that wore the number 18. Oh, Christ. To the Rasho Nesterovic box? Is this the bag we got to go into for number 18? Oh, my Lord. Oh, or maybe Devian George. I don't know. I have to go back and think about that one. I can confirm that neither one of those gentlemen are in here. I'd be very shocked if that was the case. Good luck, guys. Let's see what we got. Well, again, we're going to have ourselves another Beetlejuice moment. And when it comes to Beetlejuicing here, Jeremy Harden, I don't know if you're a fan of the movie Beetlejuice, but when I said just because we don't have any headliners in this series left does not mean that you cannot get yourself a Pro Bowler, an All-Pro, or in this case, Chinmay, a Hall of Famer. It's Donnie Shell. Donnie Shell, and hey, if you don't want to believe me, that's fine. He wrote the inscription himself. Hall of Fame 2020 inscription down at the bottom. Beautiful signature there for Donnie Shell, the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Famer. Chinmay, one spot got him a Hall of Famer. That's all I needed.
4-time Super Bowl champion, part of that famed steel curtain defense in the 70s, and part of the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Honor as well. So, yeah, definitely a phenomenal hit. Not a headliner, though, but still icon in the NFL and part of NFL history, part of that steel curtain defense, Donnie Shell.
Awesome hit there. Congratulations to you, Jeremy. Hopefully you are a Steelers fan as well. That would just make your day even much more brighter than I'm sure it already is, dude. So congratulations to you there. Next closest break that we got going on, guys, is still that QB room. Keep in mind, Jared Goff, Donovan McNabb, they will be coming out. That is a guarantee. This is the last box in this series. The Diamonds will be waiting. Diamonds are going to be waiting. They're going to pop out at some point today, but that is only if we get those next 3 spots bought into. And again, those 2 hidden gems could be an NFC North, could be an NFC East. They could be 2 of each. We do not know. But again, those are all going to be either Authentics or the one Speed Flex, which is the Jared Goff. 4 spots to go on that can't miss Authentic, $101 value for this one, and that has been the hit of the day for you and I both. We've had 2 separate quads in that. It's been a very popular break today, and we got some all-time greats still available in this series. Emmitt Smith, Puka Nacua, a developing potential all-time great, saying aloha to our Hawaiian and Puka Nacua today. This is the helmet that Chinmay said is the one with the most value in this series, being Saquon Barkley, because of that beautiful Super Bowl themed lid, little Fly Eagles fly action there for our guy in Saquads Barkley, as I like to say. Bijan Robinson, the Texas Longhorn Hook'em Horns on this beautiful Saturday afternoon for what we got going on there. Bijan, one of the best running backs in the game today. John Elway, one of the most popular quarterbacks of all time. 2-time Super Bowl champion in John Elway. Michael Strahan and Lawrence Taylor. That's what I'm going after. That beautiful crimson red on the New York Football Giants lid on that awesome game day authentic, the co-sign Taylor and Strahan. Peyton Manning, not a bad one either for the Sheriff on that beautiful game day authentic. And Primetime headlines this series. You got to know that Primetime had to be a part of one of our headliner series at some point, right? He is still here on an awesome game day authentic. Secondary headliners are all still intact. Jonathan Taylor, 2nd in the league in rushing yards. He's going to have a big performance this upcoming Sunday to finish atop the NFL in rushing yards for the 2nd time in his career. Very well within the grasp of James Cook. But both, Jonathan Taylor has a personal incentive to play for. James Cook has a ball game to win. But they're going to be in a very run-heavy script, you would assume. I believe they play the Miami Dolphins.
No, they play the Jets.
Even more of a run-heavy script then against the Jets. So, okay, that makes sense because I did see a double-digit spread. So that makes sense then. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the Sun God. 100 catches on the season for the Sun God and Amon-Ra. Despite him playing for an elite offense the last couple of seasons for Detroit, I would probably say, Chinmay, out of the well-known elite wide receivers in the game, I would make the case that he's the most underrated. I don't think that there is a thing that he can't do. Now, he's a guy that he's a big receptions merchant, does a lot of his work in the slot, has a great rapport with Jared Goff inside the numbers, but I think that there's not a thing that Amon-Ra St. Brown can't do.
Definitely one of the more underrated receivers in the league.
Without a doubt. Ashton Genty, a guy which, by the way, I told Doc Rivers this because he won him on a authentic yesterday. hold on to Ashton Genty merch, guys. What he did at Boise State was not a fluke. A lot of draft is what? When you're a top-rated pick, Chinmay, a lot of it is what? Situational. I mean, unfortunately, Las Vegas had a lot of hype. They had a lot of expectations. Keep in mind, they're projected to win about 8 to 9 games going into the year.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going to go to 2-15 on the season. After, going up against Kansas City tomorrow, we'll see if they end up. They're going to want to lose. They want that number 1 pick to be solidified for them. They got to revamp a lot of stuff around Ashton Genty. But it looks like Las Vegas has some good things in place, though. Obviously, Brock Bowers, a top pick from a couple years ago, the Georgia stud tight end. Maybe they can get something on with Jack Beck, their second-round wide receiver. Trey Tucker, a promising young wide receiver. They have pieces there. But I think that Ashton Genty, Chinmay, is going to be the real deal.
Yeah, and he's still, even though he hasn't been lights out in his rookie season, I mean, he's still going to probably, barring a complete catastrophe in this final week, he's still going to hit 900-plus rushing yards. He's already at 340 receiving yards, so he's going to be very close. He has a big game. He could potentially be close to 1,500 total scrimmage yards. He's got 10 touchdowns across rushing and receiving as well. So a very solid rookie season in spite of all the struggles that the Raiders have had across the board elsewhere. They get a few of those things turned around, get a better quarterback, maybe add some better pieces on the line, and all of a sudden, Genty's looking like an absolute stud. But the Raiders definitely just have to figure out a few pieces here and there. Genty has proven that he can be the real deal. Maybe just needs a little bit of help. It's a little bit of help.
I'm trying to think because, okay, so you would probably, who would you expect, Raiders number 1 overall pick, who would you expect them to take with that first selection?
So I have a theory that the Raiders don't want to deal with a rookie quarterback.
Okay.
And because for them, you can sell the fans on a rookie quarter and say oh, this guy is going to be the real deal type of thing. Mendoza has looked good. Fernando Mendoza, the guy at Indiana, starting quarterback, has looked good, and he may win a national championship. And it's hard to kind of pass up a guy that leads Indiana to its first ever national championship.
Yeah.
That being said, I think if they have the number 1 overall pick, I think they dangle it as a trade chip for a proven quarterback.
Wow, okay.
I don't know who that would be, but I think they dangle it for a proven quarterback.
Say a guy like... Yeah, it's tough. Man, how about a guy that's the... I don't know. That is really tough. Oh, man. I don't think... I'm trying to think of teams that are in a fork in the road, and it's like a team that maybe...
Yeah.
Coming down, and it's maybe we start to go to a different direction with our franchise. I weirdly think about a guy that's the lone headliner in the quarterback room in Jared Goff. I have a hard time seeing Detroit move on from Goff.
Yeah.
I definitely have an even harder time. I'm thinking of a team like Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
In Cincinnati, moving on from Joe Burrow. But I mean, hey, if Joe comes out and he's tired of his tenure, whether it's a Zach Taylor issue, whether it's tired of him getting the living crap beat out of him, season in and season out.
Yeah.
Now going to Las Vegas isn't exactly going to be helping him in terms of protection on the line right away.
Right.
But again, maybe a change of scenery is better. So I would like to hear your idea then, since we're on the topic, guys. Who's a quarterback that would come to mind for you? Because I agree. I think Pete Carroll didn't come out of basically semi-retirement to come in and basically
coach a rookie quarterback
on a project quarterback.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, there's some other quarterbacks that I would look at that I wouldn't give up the number 1 overall pick for. But there's quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray. I would even say you could look at a guy like, Rodgers will probably retire, so that's not really a great option there. Tua Tagovailoa could be an interesting call as well. Justin Fields might need a new home. So there's some guys who are here and there that obviously you're not given number 1.
Yeah.
The number 1 pick for, but there's some guys who you can be talked into.
No, I completely agree. I mean, I'd love to see my guy. I would hate to see my guy Kyler go, obviously, but from Arizona. But I think Las Vegas would be a good opportunity for him. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's going to be an interesting situation. Kayla chiming in saying that the Indiana quarterback looks super composed. I wouldn't pass him up, but I understand the appeal of a more seasoned quarterback. I just think that it's a situation thing, Kayla, and I think that's what Chinmay and I are both kind of saying, where it's like, it's not like they have a young head coach. If they would have kept Antonio Pierce, if they would have kept a lot of their younger personnel on staff. But, they put together this roster. They paid Geno Smith $30+ million for him to come in and be a franchise quarterback that can lead a competent franchise to a playoff berth. Like, that was their expectation going into the year.
Yeah.
Was for them. They paid Max Crosby big time the offseason before. So, it's going to be interesting. Now, I will say that, again, even if Fernando Mendoza wins a national title, let's fast forward things a couple weeks here.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily guarantee anything into the league. Look at a guy
for sure.
Look at a guy like J.J. McCarthy. And again, very young with McCarthy. He's going into his third year next year. But again, McCarthy has gotten a bad rap so far. You got a guy like Trevor Lawrence at Clemson, who has taken a while to come along, but it seems like he's finally coming into his own. Or you can get a guy that hits the nail right on the head, and you can get an LSU national title guy and a guy like Joe Burrow. So it can go a ton of different directions in that type of situation.
Absolutely. No, we got a single in the can't miss that's ready to go.
Let's go.
And also, to wrap up Kayla's point, this is also the Raiders. This is not a franchise that has been known to make great decisions routinely. So, put that out there too. That Mendoza looks good.
Yeah.
And could be the real deal. But this is also the Las Vegas Raiders.
Or the biggest theory that should be out there and should be noted, Tom Brady comes out of retirement from the ownership group and suits up one final time, one last retirement tour for Tom the Terrific. Why not?
We would get Tom Brady Raiders memorabilia then.
Oh my God, dude, that would be nuts. That would be. Hey, we get Aaron Rodgers Pittsburgh Steelers memorabilia.
We do? Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
One last dance, the last dance for Tom Brady. So guys, gonna ask for one box number from the wonderful people up on the screen. And look who it is, Donald. Donald looking to add to his desk here. Number 4. Can't miss. Number 3. There you go. Can't miss number 3. I can't spell. Yes, third year, but really his second injuries have derailed JJ's development. Yeah. Oh, I agree with you, Mike. There's a lot of truth to that, but at the same time, injuries put him behind the depth chart for Sam Darnold in his rookie season last year. However, I do think that regardless, KOC would have gone into that year with Sam Darnold anyway, because they did bring him in as that, veteran guy, learned behind the passing of the torch. And Sam Darnold, as we all saw, he was off and running. So, and there's no way.
There's also, so I think for JJ McCarthy,
pulled him out.
For JJ McCarthy, I think, and I was not really a big JJ McCarthy guy coming into the draft.
A lot of guys were, yeah.
Yeah, he was a lot of criticism with him. But it's unfortunate for JJ McCarthy that Sam Darnold had the year that he had the year before.
For sure.
And then the Vikings gave JJ McCarthy the vote of confidence, basically letting Sam Darnold walk in free agency. Now all of a sudden, the expectations are so high because you're thinking, as a fan, we let a guy who just had a career year with us walk for our second year quarterback.
Yeah.
Who we took first round. This guy must be so good that we're already willing to part ways with Sam Darnold after he had a career year. And then JJ McCarthy struggles, and all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, what do we really do here? So, unfortunate set of circumstances. But even with JJ McCarthy, you can see the flashes. You can see some of the mobility. You can see some of the arm strength, the accuracy. Sure. So the tools are there. It's just whether he can put it all together.
Yeah,
and
it's
been tough with the injuries.
I see the ceiling of JJ, in all honesty. I'm going to spin the wheel, guys, after this point here in case we don't get a number. But I see his ceiling being like a Brock Purdy type. A guy where he has a brilliant offensive coordinator in Kevin O'Connell. We've seen him be able to do that. But to go on to Chinmay's point, the level of added pressure, the injuries to a young kid that already messes with his confidence in his head. And then, like you said, the added pressure of the guy who you're supposed to take over in Darnold has this explosive breakout year.
Yeah.
And like you said, they move on from him. And now the added pressure of being a first overall pick, and now you're taking over a 14-win team.
Yeah.
Like, it could not have been a more pressure-packed situation for McCarthy.
First round pick,
So-
not first overall, but he was a first round pick. He was a high first round pick too. I think they traded up to him to get him at 10. So it is an interesting, certainly an interesting query here. And I think Donald is getting at 7.
Yes, he is. Appreciate you, Donald.
I guess Blackout is still on the ticker, so I'll just save that for the next week's After Dark. You take it off the main ticker, but keep it for next week.
Michael's saying, appreciate you getting the box, dude. Thank you. Thank you, man. Darnold's seasons last year was an outlier, and good for him. He was the #1 overall pick. I love to see it happen for him. Right, as JJ says, healthy, that team is scary. JJ does have the talent. Yeah, I agree. I think that Minnesota needs to do everything in their power to keep Ryan Flores as their DC. Him and KOC, I think they make a really great coaching tandem there in Minneapolis. So Keith Joyce says, let's go. Damn right, Keith, let's go. Love the attitude, man. Let's go right into it, my friend.
Well, he wants that NFC East spot, I think.
Yeah.
Because all
Look
the
at all the
headliners
spots.
are still there, yeah.
He said, need a win. Well, hopefully this one has got here. Hopefully Donald picked the winner here for you. He said, my bad, he was a number 3 overall pick.
Close enough.
Top overall selection. And again, like I said about Ashton Genty, Sam Darnold, New York Jets, Adam Gase. We can clearly see that was a very poor situation that he got put into.
Yeah, even when he was in Carolina, I believe that was Matt Rule.
Matt Rule, yeah.
With Carolina,
who, we all saw very quickly was meant to be a college coach.
But then you see he goes to Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco. He goes to Kevin O'Connell in Minnesota. All of a sudden, he looks like a competent quarterback.
Brandon saying, I wish there was a way to get notified when my room has filled up by about 2 spots.
Brandon is in the can't miss quad.
Okay.
Yeah, he's in the quad.
So for the quad series, those typically, Brandon, just take a little bit longer to fill up because of the price point. But again, the one thing we do guarantee is that these breaks,
we have seen it fill up pretty quickly.
It just depends on the right person, right? Like it depends on the right person. We have a lot of big time players that will come here in the room and will buy out multiple quad spots. But Brandon, the one thing I can guarantee you, my friend,
those spots will carry over. Those spots will carry over.
They're going to carry over. The spots will go. I understand the patience part of it, but again, patience is a virtue, my friend. And since you got 2 spots in a 4-box series, that's going to happen either way. Whether it's the last 4 boxes, whether it's the next 4 we do. But yeah, I understand that, my friend. So let's see what we got here. Donald's got the top 2 spots in the NFC. Keith sandwiched in the middle in the NFC East, as Chinmay mentioned. Donald with that last spot in the NFC. Dylan, 2 spots in the AFC in the North and the East. Michael Horton in the AFC South, and Donald with his 5th and final spot in that AFC West. Let's see where we're going next. We've the last time we did a break in the series, we had a quad of 4 straight headliners.
Yeah.
And that's going to come to an end. Now, the interesting thing, Chinmay, is that this guy has actually been a headliner multiple times as of late. As a matter of fact, he was on the same defensive unit with the player that we just pulled. We're going back in the time machine for the steel curtain with Mean Joe Green, an absolutely gorgeous lunar authentic for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one is something to behold. You got the Mean Joe Green Hall of Fame 87, 4-time Super Bowl champion inscription. This is absolutely gorgeous. Again, this series is so freaking loaded, dude. I can't believe that this, with all these inscriptions, that is actually going to constitute as a hidden gem.
Amazing. Just tells you the quality of this series.
And how about our new guy, Dylan?
Dylan was in the chat earlier. Unfortunately, he's a Browns fan.
Yeah.
So that is also how this room tends to work out. You usually don't get the team that you want. You get your rivals.
If it's not your favorite team, it's your least favorite team.
Yeah. So that's unfortunately also how this room sometimes tends to work out. But as you've already seen in the chat, we have a great community here, and I'm sure someone has Browns helmets and memorabilia that they're willing to trade. We get plenty of Browns in here. We got Myles Garrett that was in this series that went before. Quinshon Judkins has come through the room. We got
Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy has been here a lot. Shadur Sanders has come through as well. So
yeah, we
get plenty of Browns here. So this is a good trade chip.
We get, believe it or not, we actually get Jim Brown on occasion. Probably the most sought after Browns memorabilia item we do get. What's going on, B Willie? B Wilkins saying, who's left in the QB room? We have that last quad box, 3 spots left to go. Jared Goff, Speed Flex, and that Donovan McNabb secondary headliner. Again, we have the diamonds getting ready to, once that eventually does end up closing out. We have Justin Jefferson, LaDainian Tomlinson, Joe Namath, and James Cook all on Speed Flexes in that diamond series, guys. $103 value. If you want a chance at buying into those, got to close out that QB room quad. 3 spots to go. I'm at work for the next 2 hours, and we'll have the stream up until then. Appreciate you, Brandon. I'm going to really push for that break to happen for you, my man, so we can help our guy Brandon out here in the UA Live break room. As a Bears fan, I always win a good amount of Packer stuff. It happens, but a win is always a win. Yeah, I've witnessed that a few times myself, Mitch. You win some of that Packer stuff. So, you know, it's one of those things. It's definitely one of those things. But look, you got a 4-time Super Bowl champion, the guy who is the heart and soul of one of the greatest defensive dynasties of all time in the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, that's hard to compete with, man. It's hard to compete with for how great of a pull that is. So, we're at 153 here for you guys with that Chase wheel spin. Again, 2 separate Chase wheel spins, the QB room and the Weekend Warrior. We have already done a Weekend Warrior single. So we're going to have that for sure. And if we end up closing out that QB room quad, then hey, guess what? We're going to have 4 different lists going in there for a separate Chase wheel spin. Besides that quarterback room quad, Chinmay, the next closest that we got is that mini. 4 to go. So Chinmay and I are going to stay on until at least 2 o'clock. And then if we start to see some orders moving into the next 7 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, we do have that wheel spin to get to.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
We definitely are able to do that.
Absolutely. So the minis, what we got right now, guys, 10 headliners, 24 total boxes. Warren Sapp, Wes Welker, Marshall Falk, and Luke Kuechly. That Sapp and Kuechly double up in the NFC South is available for just a $52 value for those photoed headliners. Chris Carter, Earl Campbell, Andre Johnson, and Donovan McNabb also still available. Really, really nice looking minis there. The secondary headliners that we got available for you, Fred Warner and Rico Dowdle. So 3 NFC South headliners that we got in this series. And then Fred Warner and Marshall Falk. Fred Warner will be on a San Francisco 49er, so that will be a double-up opportunity for that. So, yeah, Chinmay just alluded to it. That list is ready, correct? For that Weekend Warrior?
Yeah, wheel spin, yeah.
Awesome stuff. So, at the end of every show, guys, as you know, let's get into this bad boy. So we just had that 1 Weekend Warrior single, going to go around 7 times. Joseph Klassen ended up winning that Weekend Warrior break. Let's see if he's a 2-time winner. Keith Joyce on top. Let's see if he stays on top. 7th time around. And look at that. Spoken into existence. Joseph Klassen ends up getting another big-time win. Awesome stuff there for our guy. And what was that in the Weekend Warrior? Oh, that was the Dallas Stars jersey.
The Dallas Stars, yeah.
Woo, making out like a bandit there, Joseph. So if you are out there, my friend, if this is your first time seeing this, let me know if you want me to start on a number between 1 to 100 on this wheel. If not, if I don't hear anything, I will start at the number 1, spin that bad boy around, and see what we land on. So while we wait on that, Chinmay, also gives us a little bit of time to talk about hits of the show.
Sure.
So we got some great lids on the table here, obviously excluding the Marino. We'll go with our Fab 5.
Yeah.
For what we got. So 5 to 1, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna go AP 5, Joe Green 4, Ray Lewis 3, Jim Kelly triple sign, Bills 2, Gronk 1.
Very nice. I'm going to put Ray Lewis and Adrian Peterson 4-5, just because they match the same color scheme. Purple's my favorite color, man, but because we have 2 of the same, I got to do them dirty by that. I'm going to put the tri-sign at number 3. I'll put the Mean Joe Green here in the product cam At number 2,
Okay.
I'm swapping that bad boy out. You and I thinking alike like always.
Gronk.
Right at the very top, we got our Gronky Gronk at number 1. So, quick thing. Right before I actually end up getting to that Chase wheel spin, real quick, we already did our spread picks, but the 2 games coming up today, Carolina and Tampa Bay, Seattle and San Francisco. Playoff implications on the line for both. Seeding for 1 in the NFC West. Are we going to be in or out atop the NFC South and the other? What's your gut feeling for both?
I'm going to go Tampa wins. I'm going to say Tampa wins today. But I'm also going to say that there's a possibility that Atlanta wins late, and so it doesn't matter. So Carolina ends up getting into the playoffs anyway. That would be a classic Bucks thing to happen, given how the season has gone for them.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think Bucks win today, and then I think in the night game, I think the 49ers get it done at home.
Yeah, no, I'm in lockstep with you, Bucks and Niners. Both home teams taking home those big-time dubs. Let's see what our guy Joseph Klassen's going to get as a big-time dub here for this 3 o'clock Chase wheel spin. And do we... Oh, no way. 47.
All right.
Because we had 46 this morning.
Yeah.
So that would have been a first if we doubled up on the same one here. So I'll take one last quick look through, guys, as we get close to the 2 o'clock hour. My guy Mikey P said I'll do another mini, and hope it's your last one. Who's on the 3 p.m.? So please say you guys again. Mike, appreciate the kind words, brother.
We appreciate the cheerleading as such.
Unfortunately,
I'll be on for the 3 p.m. show.
Fortunately, Chinmay is going to be on. Unfortunately, I will not, but somebody I like to call my upgrade. We go from a Rob to a Rip. Rip Camelucci, you want to talk about a guy that has probably the most infectious personality, and I mean infectious in terms of energy, not bacteria and germ filled. That's more towards my end of the spectrum. But Rip Camelucci will be taking the host chair here at 3 o'clock, our resident Dolphin super fan. So that'll be fun. I know you guys will be talking about a lot of college football stuff. That'll be very fun for you guys to get into. So, but I'm going to give this about another minute or two. But while we do that, with those $47 going to Joseph Klassen, any final thoughts at all before your final show upcoming?
No, it's been a great show. We're getting into the last regular season week of the NFL, and I know that a lot of the memorabilia that we have here is NFL and football related memorabilia. So we're kind of winding down on that regular season, but again, postseason coming up, college football playoff, semifinals, and championship coming up. So what that means is, again, don't quote me on this as like a guarantee, but we typically have, for the big events, we typically have specialty series. So for the college football playoff national championship game night, we probably will have a college-specific series. Or we'll have players who have played in a college football national championship or have won a college football national championship.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
We tend to have specialty series in that sense. I know last year we had a Super Bowl series where every player in the box had won a Super Bowl, a Super Bowl champion.
Ironically enough, that was just the when I was talking about that Andre Rison Green Bay Packers jersey, we just got done with that Super Bowl mixer. So that's something that's
that
very
would be
popular,
an example of like a hidden gem in the Super Bowl series, like Andre Rison. So even though NFL and college season is kind of winding down, the memorabilia game is still hot and still getting some specialty series to look forward to.
It's cold as hell outside, but it's hot as hell in here. So, and that's how we prefer it here in the UA Live break room. And just one final point on that. Actually, you guys seriously have, not just for the 9 a.m. and noon show today with Chinmay and I specifically, really this whole week. To be completely transparent with you guys have knocked it out of the park so much that our shipping department has had to go on a temporary moratorium because of how many orders have just completely overflooded with the breaks that we've done, guys. On Tuesday, we did the most breaks that we have done in a singular show this year. We did 91 boxes. I was on that show Tuesday night. It was absolutely fantastic. And that just goes to show the love and admiration and just the amazing, amazing rapport that we're able to build with you guys at home. So, again, please continue that into the 3 o'clock hour. I like when you and Rip are on together. Everyone needs a little R&R from time to time. Yeah, no. Again, Rip's chemistry with anybody is seamless.
Yeah.
Crazily enough, out of everyone we have on staff, he is the only person that I have not done a show with yet. I have not done a show with Rip in my 4 months of being here, so that is long overdue. And I know Rip and I would get along very, very well on a show. So hopefully that time will come. We shall see. But until tomorrow, you guys got me again at 9 a.m., noon, and 3 o'clock. You got me for 3 shows with Steve and Ryan in the 9 a.m. And then Alex Neatling will be with me, also known as Kiera Knightley, will be on with me at noon and 3 o'clock tomorrow. So for the last time for myself today, it's been Rob Hill. I'm in the host chair. My boy Chinmay on the ones and twos on the producer side. Kick-ass job as always, dude. Good luck to your spread picks. Better luck to mine. As we will reconvene on those next Saturday. But
I'll see you tomorrow.
I was going to say, yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'm coming in for the 6 p.m. tomorrow. So
I'm not on the 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'll see you at the end of your show.
Oh, yeah, sure. That's true. I will see you tomorrow. That's going to be so weird.
Yeah.
See, my brain just didn't register. You weren't a part of my Sunday foreshadowing there. So, but I will see all of you guys tomorrow, and including Chinmay too. So, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch fam, have a great rest of your Saturday, guys. We'll be back in about an hour or so. Have a good one.